JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 10 episode reaction video. Season 10C reaction video. But before I get into that, it's extremely important. This episode just aired on AMC Premiere a week early. It won't air on regular AMC for another week. So if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, take the initiative, pay attention to the episode title. If that's the case and you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. Again, it's out a week early. I've already watched it. It won't be on regular AMC for 1 week. This is going to be The Walking Dead Season 10, episode number 17. Title of this episode is called Home Sweet Home. This will be my reaction, review, recap of the episode. Obviously, I'm reacting to this to have it on my channel, and because they announced that season 11 of The Walking Dead is going to be the final season of the main Walking Dead show. So everybody's seen the sneak peek to the opening minutes of the episode. We start off with kind of a Lydia talking about everything that's happened with the whole Whisper War thing and all that, and then we start with Maggie, who's in the woods. She kills a walker, and then she's on a path talking with Judith, where they talk about how everyone, no matter where they are, can see the stars. Well, unless they're trapped in a room somewhere and they can't see outside. And then they see a carriage, and Navila and Lydia are standing there, and they're loading up this carriage, this horse carriage, and then it starts to go away. And then we hear somebody say, "Y'all be safe." And as the carriage pulls away, we see it's Negan. And Maggie and Negan are looking face to face, not right next to each other, but not very many feet apart. And the look on Judith's face is like, "Oh shit!" It's pretty epic. And then Negan just goes, "Hey Maggie," and then he also goes, "In case you're wondering, I didn't escape," like letting her know, "Hey, people let me out. I do good around here." Whether or not Maggie believes that, it doesn't matter. Maggie says nothing. There's some kind of grim music that plays, and then Maggie just walks past him in the knee and just kind of goes, "Ah, shit." And then that's where the credits roll, and it was pretty epic opening to The Walking Dead Season 10C. And then as we come back, Maggie eventually reconnects with Carol and Daryl, and then she introduces Carol and Daryl to her new associates, Elijah, the guy with the mask, the Iron Mask, and Cole, a new character that I didn't know was going to be in here, and also Kelly is there eventually. So Maggie, Daryl, Elijah, Cole, and Kelly take off on an adventure to find Herschel, as Maggie has Herschel somewhere, and they're kind of keeping an eye on him, other members of Maggie's group. So they go to find Herschel, and then they see a bunch of smoke and realize that their camp got taken over by somebody, and they're thinking it was the Reapers, a group that they've apparently dealt with, as a member of their group is dead when they get there, and Herschel's missing. So they go in the woods, they split up. You have Maggie and Daryl go one way, and then you have Cole, Elijah, and Kelly go another way, and they're looking for Herschel. They're looking for these Reaper people, or trying to, because the trail that they went on, it split off into two ways, so they're trying to find out where they went specifically. And then like this Reaper individual who's by himself, he's like in camouflage, hiding, and they can't see him, and he's killing these members of the group one by one. As more of Maggie's group shows up, and he starts killing members of that group one by one, like sniping them from a far distance. And so Maggie and Daryl split up after they realize that he has to reload after 3 shots. And they eventually, well, actually, they don't find him. He finds them and comes out. And he's a big motherfucker. Like, things they are doing to him don't even faze him. And he's just like, takes Daryl and throws him aside and does this other stuff. Now, another thing I should mention with Kelly, Elijah, and Cole, who's a really good character. We don't know a lot about him yet. So Elijah is kind of leaning down and Kelly kind of leans down next to him, and he looks kind of scared, or not even. You really can't see his body language because he has his iron mask on, but you could see like seems like he's trembling a little bit, if I remember correctly. And Kelly's trying to talk to him, and she's like, "Hey, can you take your mask off?" And so Elijah does take his mask off, revealing what he looks like. And he's a character from Cobra Kai season 3. He's the one that beats up Robbie in the juvie prison, in case anybody wondered. But pretty cool moment there. I see a lot from those two characters. I don't know if Kelly's going to make it all the way through The Walking Dead, just my hunch, but I thought she was pointless, but she's becoming more important, or she's becoming important enough now so she gets killed and we actually care about her. That might be the case. But anyway, there's a point where Maggie's running away from this big, whatever the hell he is, and she gets caught in like a rope and then hung by the rope. She eventually gets out of that, and then eventually Cole, Kelly, and Elijah show up, and they kind of have the Reaper guy. What, I don't know if that he really is a member of the Reapers. I'm not really sure, but they have him surrounded, and Maggie's like got her arrow like ready to go, and she's like, "Talk, tell me who you are, tell me where the rest of your group is." And he doesn't really say much at all, and then he like puts his knife down and like pulls something out of his jacket, and then he just explodes. So he had a grenade on him, and this whoever he is explodes. And it was a very tense moment, all that stuff, because I didn't really see an intense moment actually happening in this episode, and it really kind of caught me off guard. So I really liked what they did there. And then let's see here. I'm just reading my notes here, and then another thing in the episode that I forgot to mention. I'm surprised I forgot to mention this, but when Carol and Maggie are talking earlier on before they go looking for Herschel, Carol lets Maggie know that she let Negan out because he was the only one that would be able to take out Alpha. And Maggie's like, "Well, thanks for letting me know." She doesn't seem too happy about that, but that was another thing. But anyway, so they eventually, they get to go, and they're looking for a place to rest now because they're on their way back to Alexandria, but you can't just get there in 5 minutes. It's actually a long way away from the hilltop. We don't really see that a lot because people just kind of show up whenever, but it's not a short distance by any means. And then in this car, or whatever the hell Maggie's in, looks kind of like a train car sort of, but it's not a train car. Maggie and Daryl catch up. Maggie tells Daryl everything that's happened with different groups that she's on, and what happened with Georgie and the twins. Like, her and Georgie with the twins got split up, and she doesn't know if Georgie's still out there. I suspect Georgie will come back at some point because we didn't see her die. Just a hunch. And then in the morning, or in the and Daryl asks Maggie about Herschel, and she says that she told him that a bad man killed her daddy, or his daddy, and that was kind of touching because this bad man is around now, and Maggie didn't realize he was going to be around. And apparently the Reapers attacked Maggie's group, and they took everything and did everything, and they must have followed her to take off Herschel. Anyways, so the next day they wake up, and Daryl and the group can't find Kelly as she's out kind of scavenging, looking around, trying to see or find remnants of her sister Connie, who we saw in the finale, well, the original finale, 10/16, A Certain Doom, but nobody's seen her since was it the mid-season premiere of season 10, 1009, or was it 1008? I don't remember which one it was, but they haven't seen Connie for a while. And they eventually catch back up with Kelly. They find her, and Maggie kind of yells at her a little bit, but they're good. And the next thing we eventually see Daryl, Maggie, Kelly, Cole, Elijah, and they find Herschel. He's in a tree, or like on higher up. He's elevated somewhere, and he's just fine. He looks just like Glenn, and I think he's wearing Glenn's hat too. So they all make their way to Alexandria, and there's a couple random members of Maggie's group that are like fully clothed, and you can't tell who they are, but they're with them. And then they get to Alexandria, where Carol gets to meet up with Maggie again. Everybody's there, and as Maggie enters Alexandria, which the entryway to Alexandria is demolished, so they're rebuilding it. Negan is in this like place without his jacket on. He's got like a Scully cap on, and he sees Maggie walk in with Herschel, and you could just tell Negan's like, this ain't gonna be good. So that's essentially how the episode ends for the season 10C premiere. I actually really liked the episode. The intense moments of the episode I didn't expect to happen, and so it was actually very good. This is a big Maggie focused episode. We haven't seen much of Maggie lately, so they shoved Maggie down our throats in this particular episode. It was good that she bonded with Daryl. Would have liked to seen her more with Carol a little bit. Another thing I should point out in the opening credits, I was a little surprised to see Norman Reedus, of course, is first, and then it was Melissa McBride and then Lauren Cohan. I thought maybe Lauren Cohan might be number 1 or number 2, but Melissa McBride is still 2, so that was a little interesting. So I really liked the episode, though. I enjoyed it. It was more than I thought it was going to be. I would have liked more interaction with Negan and Maggie, but at least we got something, although Maggie didn't acknowledge him at all. I have a feeling he's going to get abolished from Alexandria, maybe. Or something happens where baby Herschel's in trouble, and Negan saves him, and maybe somehow, some way, that changes Maggie's opinion on him. And like, hey, I get what I did. There's no turning back from that, but I'm a different person now. So I'm going to give this episode a 9 out of 10. I was very surprised. I thought it would be maybe a low 8. Character of the episode is Maggie. It's got to be Maggie. So you've heard what I had to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode, Home Sweet Home from season 10C, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, either which way, smash the like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, go ahead and share the video with them. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section. Yes, you have to leave a comment. I recommend it, and you have to. Otherwise, well, you just have to. Tell me about what you thought of the episode. You can tell me about your character of the episode, your favorite moment, or you can tell me about favorite Walking Dead episodes, least favorite episodes, or if you want to talk about your favorite characters, least favorite characters, it might be time for me to update my current favorite characters list of people that are still on the show, because lots of people have left. We'll see what happens with that. And of course, don't forget to hit that, or I should say, and last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.